Hello, hello. Welcome to your self-love Vinyasa flow practice this evening. My name is Faye. That's Cloud. And today we have, like I said, a 60-ish minute Vinyasa self-love practice. If you'd like to grab some props, maybe you would like a blanket for Vinyasa, for Shavasana, or just to have one for Shavasana to cozy up with. Blocks are always welcome, blankets, pillows, anything that will help support you for your practice. If you want to grab some comfortable clothes to put on and meet me on the mat, I will be here ready to lead you through practice. And today we will be starting lying down on our backs. So wherever you are, get in a comfortable position, option to even use a blanket to cover up with, or maybe a pillow under the knees to prop up the legs just a little bit, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Allow the hands to relax down by your side. Palms can be face up. And slowly soften the eyes down or fully close them if that's comfortable for you. And just take a moment to tune into what it feels like to be supported by the ground beneath you. Notice the points of contact with the body and the ground. Maybe you start to check in with the quality of the breath. Where do you feel it the strongest? Is it the nostrils, the chest or throat, or maybe all the way down in the belly? There's no wrong answer here. Allow yourself to breathe easy and relaxed as we take a moment to center and ground into this moment. I'd like to start off class with a quote from Kim McMillan, who is the author of a book that's titled When I Loved Myself Enough. And the quote is, "When I loved myself enough, I began leaving whatever wasn't healthy. This meant people, jobs, my own beliefs, and habits. Anything that kept me small. My judgment called it disloyal. Now I see it as self-loving." What shows up for you when you hear these words about self-love? Do you feel at peace with your decisions, your thoughts, or the people in your life? Many of us often confuse self-love as being available to others or to things outside of ourselves. We believe that loyalty and responsibility means to repeatedly put others first. We desire health and prosperity, but we struggle because we hold on to the things that weigh us down. We think it's normal. We think we don't have any other options. But when we step back from the busyness of the external world and start to tune into ourselves, things become more simple. The external noise volume decreases and our internal awareness volume increases. We naturally reconnect to ourselves. This may be hard, so it's important to be gentle and kind, as we are often undoing years of lived experiences and learned habits that led you to where you are right now. So today, I invite you to turn that volume down of that external noise and return back to your body. Return back to your breath. Let yourself be the guide during this practice. And don't worry, you don't have to change all at once. It simply starts with a breath It simply starts with being an observer of yourself. Learn to embrace that open curiosity with kindness and a desire to listen and to learn. If it calls to you, invitation to bring one hand or both hands up to the heart space. Breathe into the heart. Allow yourself to be fully present. Notice what shows up for you today. Notice the thoughts, the feelings, sensations, and do so without judgment or as best as you can. This can sometimes be the greatest form of self-love and kindness, is to simply listen and observe what's showing up for you today. If this affirmation speaks to you, feel free to repeat it aloud to yourself or allow it to wash over you. I am present with an open heart and an open mind. I am present with an open heart and an open mind. I am present with an open heart and an open mind. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Release the hands back down to the sides of the body. Just taking one last moment to notice how you are doing, notice how you're feeling. If there's anything that you're holding on to, see if you can put it on a thumbtack and save it for later and come back to it. It will be there when you need it. Slowly start to invite in a little movement into the toes and the fingers. Maybe rock your head from side to side, nice and slowly. And when you're ready, go ahead and take a big breath in, stretch the feet out long, stretch the hands overhead for a nice full body stretch. And then exhale, draw the knees into the body and slowly rock side to side or listen to what's calling to you. Maybe you're making some circles with the knees and rolling on the low back. Maybe you start to rock and roll the length of the spine. Just warming up. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale and cross the ankles together. Exhale, give your knees a nice gentle squeeze into the chest. And hands can be on top of the shins or on the backs of the thighs. And slowly start to rock up and down the length of the spine. Tuck the chin. Option to also just press into the hands and push yourself up. So whatever you do, we're making our way into a comfortable seated position. Option to have a blanket under the hips if that feels comfortable for you. Otherwise, we will have whatever seat feels most comfortable, but I like to do like a loose cross in the front, easy seat or Sukhasana. And we'll slowly start to inhale our hands up to the sky. Exhale them to heart center. Let's do that 2 more times together. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Maybe the gaze goes up if it's comfortable on your neck. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands down to the side. Take a big breath in. Find length in the spine. And exhale, lower the right ear to the right shoulder. An option to take the left hand and slowly start to walk it out. noticing the sensation of the stretch. Feel free to stay here, or option to take that right hand and very gently press onto the head. Maybe just resting it on the head is enough sensation to get a nice little neck stretch. Release the hand back down. Inhale, return back to center. And exhale, lower the left ear to the left shoulder here. Option to stay here or walk the hand out a little further, or maybe even elevate it. You can play around with what feels good for you today. And of course, you can stay here, or maybe you take that left hand, gently place it on top of the head. There's no need to push or press into anything super hard. We're just very gently opening the neck. And release the hands back down if they were on the head. Inhale, return back to center. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up, and exhale, draw them back and down. Inhale them up, and exhale them down and back. Try moving with your breath. Inhale them up, and exhale them down. If you have your legs crossed, go ahead and reverse or switch the leg, which is in front. And we'll inhale our hands up. Exhale, lower that right hand down to the ground. Side bend over to the left. To the right. Press into the left hip, keeping the hip rooted onto the ground. Noticing if you can pull that shoulder back and relax that shoulder, the shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Bend over to the left side. And again, root down into that right hip. Pull the shoulder back. Open the heart. Gaze can go up, down, or middle, or to the ground. Whichever feels better for your neck. Inhale up, and exhale, lower the right hand. Bend down to the other side. Inhale up, and exhale down over to the left. Inhale all the way up, and then this time we're going to cactus the arms, draw the elbows back, heart presses forward, but the ribs stay stacked over the hips as best as possible. So we're stretching into the heart space, the chest. Inhale up, and exhale, cactus the arms. Excellent. Go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. We'll take our feet and bring the soles of the feet together. Option to always have support under the knees if it feels better for you. Otherwise, come into your butterfly pose. You can bring the heels in close to you, or maybe make them further out. You'll notice a difference maybe in the sensation of the stretch. Go ahead and option to play with either one and see which one works for you today. So wherever you are, we'll hold on to our ankles and our feet. Inhale, draw the spine up nice and tall. You might even imagine like a string coming up from the top of the head, pulling you up nice and tall. And then exhale, slowly start to hinge forward at the hips. And then maybe you can't go any further, slowly start to round through the back and round the chin to the chest. This nice butterfly pose here can be very calming and relaxing. It might also bring up thoughts or sensations or even judgments that might come to mind. Just simply become aware of them. Notice it as an observer. And if there's any areas where you can show yourself a little kindness, maybe it's using support, or maybe it's backing your way up to a higher position, whichever you need. Move into a place that feels comfortable for you. And we're here for a few breaths. Take a big breath in and a nice slow breath out. Breathe into all four sides of the body, the belly, the back, the right and left side. Breathe into the hips, any areas of tension or tightness. And slowly start to inhale, walk yourself back up. We will then bring our soles of the feet to the ground, about hip width distance apart. Hands come back behind you, palms facing towards you, or whichever feels most comfortable on your hands. You can play with that. And we'll slowly inhale to find length in the spine, and exhale, lower the knees over to one side. Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, lower to the opposite side. One more time. Inhale up and exhale to one side. And inhale up and exhale to the other side. Excellent. Extend the legs out long in front of you. Maybe you give them a little shake, give them a little pat down. Say, I love my legs. Yes, love your body today. That is our theme for class. So we're taking our right leg in towards the upper thigh, but it doesn't have to be touching. It can be right inside, or it can cross over, whichever feels better for you. Choose your pick. Inhale the right hand up and exhale, lower it back behind you, close to the hip. Inhale the left hand up, and then either exhale, wrap it around, or wrap it through the calf and the back of the thigh for a little twist. Choose whichever option feels good for you. Inhale to find length, and exhale to twist. Flex the left foot that's extended. And notice any sensations, any feelings that show up maybe in this twist. Inhale, extend the right leg out nice and long. And on your next inhale, we'll take the left leg into the thigh. And again, doesn't have to be touching, but it can be in close or it can be wrapped around, whichever feels most comfortable for you today. Take that left hand, wrap it behind us, close to our hip. Inhale the right hand up and exhale. Either wraps around, it goes through, or even the elbow can come to the outside edge of the knee for a gentle twist over to the left side. Gaze can go over the shoulder. Inhale to find length, and then we exhale for a twist. Breathe into any areas of tightness. And maybe explore areas where you can show yourself a little kindness. So maybe that's backing out of the twist, or maybe it's even twisting further. Start to listen to your body. What does it need today? Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, extend the legs out nice and long. Maybe start to give them a little shake. Have a little fun here. And we'll extend our legs out to a nice wide V shape, or as comfortable for you, however wide you would like. And we'll find length. Inhale our arms up to the sky, and then exhale, look over towards our right leg. Option to always stay here, or exhale and slowly start to fold forward over the right leg. There can be a soft little bend in the right knee. There's no need to be locked out or straight. Go ahead and flex the feet towards the body and soften. Can you relax the jaw, the face? Find inhales to lengthen and exhales to soften and relax into the posture. Inhale, walk yourself back up. Exhale, draw the right foot in towards the left thigh, but doesn't have to be all the way. And we'll take our right hand beside our right hip, point the left toe, and we inhale, send our arm up and over, modified wild thing, press into the hips, stretch the arm back. Excellent. Go ahead and return back to your seat. Extend the leg out nice and long again. And inhale, arms up, and exhale, bend over to the left leg. Excellent. And again, soft micro bend in the knee. Flex the toes towards your body. And soften and relax into this fold. Maybe you notice any differences between one side and the other. On your next inhale, walk the hands up and swing the left leg towards the inner right thigh. We'll take our left hand close to our left hip, point the right toes, and go ahead and send the hips up and forward, and the right hand extends back behind us. Feel a nice stretch in the upper body, all the way from the toes to the fingers, and we'll exhale and sit our butt back down. And bring the soles of the feet to the ground. We'll find one windshield wiper to one side and one windshield wiper to the other side. And we'll make our way into tabletop position. The wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Option to always have a blanket to support the knees if that feels better for you today. And find a nice long neutral spine here. So the gaze goes forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, press into the hands, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Exhale, press into the hands, and slowly start to push into the ground. Tuck the chin to the chest and round through the back. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, push into the ground, cat pose. Round through the back. Follow your breath and your movements. Inhale for cow. And exhale to cat. Find a couple at your own pace and at your own breath. An option to continue doing those cats and cows, or maybe you start to play and maybe move in any way that feels good for your spine. So maybe you're rocking the hips side to side, or forwards and backwards, or maybe you're making some sort of circles or infinity shapes with your body, however it feels. Just allow yourself to close the eyes and connect. Notice what's there. And when you feel evened out, you can return back to stillness. Return back to that tabletop position. Inhale, tuck the back toes, and slowly send the hips up and back. Press into all the finger pads and send the hips up and back for your first downward dog. Heels can lift, knees can bend. Inhale, press the belly towards the thighs, and then exhale, slowly start to walk one heel down to the ground and then the other. It doesn't have to touch. Inhale, toes lift, and exhale, press the belly towards the thighs and lower the heels one at a time or at the same time, and slowly start to walk out your dog, noticing how this feels. Option to always adjust the hands as you see fit. And if you have any props underneath you, you're welcome to move them over to the side. Let's go ahead and slowly start to walk our feet towards our hands. Inhale, hands draw up to the shins for a nice halfway lift. Head extends long, sit bones press back. Soft bend in the knees, and then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Maybe the hands reach for the ground, or maybe they reach for opposite elbows. And you gently rock side to side. Gently nod your head yes, and gently shake your head no. And then on your next exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, hands all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Left hand comes towards the middle of between the legs, in front of the feet though. Bend the left knee. Inhale, right arm raises for a little twist here. Exhale, lower that hand. The right hand comes down to the middle. Inhale, left hand raises, right knee bends for a nice little twist. It's not about how far you get, but it's about opening the heart, seeing if you can stack the shoulders on top of each other, stack the ribs on top of each other. Exhale, fold. Inhale, draw the hands all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You're doing excellent. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the spine long. Exhale, fold, and then plant the hands, step the feet back to a high plank. Lower down to the knees. Exhale all the way down to the belly. Hands stay in towards the rib cage and near the shoulders. Inhale for baby cobra. Hands maybe even come up, using your nice strong back muscles here. And the gaze is at the front of the mat, keeping your spine nice and long. Exhale, fold down. Tuck the toes, meet back in tabletop, and press yourself up into downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands. Lower that left knee down to the ground. Find stability. If you need to, you can always walk the feet out to the side to create more space for the hips. Inhale, walk the hands up the knees. Inhale, arms up to the sky. So here, our knee is stacked over our ankle. Our shoulders are drawing down and away from our ears. Hands can be at heart center or above the head, whichever feels most comfortable for you. And we're engaging the legs, so trying to draw the thighs together and pressing into both feet, evenly distributing the weight. And exhale, lower the hands back down to frame the foot. Left hand stays planted. Inhale, right hand up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hand back down to the mat. Lift the back knee, step the foot back to plank, lower down to the knees, all the way down to the belly. Inhale for baby cobra, or maybe cobra by extending the arms out nice and long, and slowly start to meet from tabletop into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Try some lion's breath. Take a breath in and stick the tongue out, gush out some air. All right, friends, inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands. Lower the right knee down to the ground. Again, find stability. Once you're stable, slowly start to walk yourself all the way up. Low crescent lunge. Inhale, hands up if you like. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Engage the legs and press them towards each other without moving them. Have the knees stacked over the ankle and press into the feet and the legs. You're doing excellent. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, frame the foot. Right hand plants. Inhale, left hand reaches up for the sky, opening up through the shoulder, opening up through the chest. Excellent. Lower that hand back down. Tuck the back toe. Step back to plank. Lower down to the knees, all the way down to the belly. Either baby cobra or full cobra. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly start to walk your feet to your hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Sit the hips back like you're about to sit in a chair for chair pose. The weight is in the heels. You look down, you should be able to see your toes. And notice where your pelvis is. Is it arching back or is it arching over forward? Trying to find a place that's neutral and feels good for you today. Stay here, you're doing great. Inhale to lengthen up a little bit and exhale to sink down into your chair pose. Option to leave the hands at the heart or bring them up to the sky. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Then exhale, fold over your legs. You're doing excellent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the legs back to high plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. This time, we'll inhale for a baby cobra. Relax the forehead back down to the ground. And we're going to take our elbows right underneath our shoulders here to set up for Sphinx pose, a posture we're going to use to warm up for camel. So our elbows are right under our shoulders. Our feet are pressing into the ground, so much so that our kneecaps actually lift. And we're pressing in. So imagine pulling your elbows back, not actually pulling them back, but imagine pulling them back. Shine the heart forward. So you're really opening up the heart here, opening up the chest. Where can you soften and relax? Option to always go back down to the ground and relax the four hands, one on top of the other, and relax the forehead onto the ground at any time. Stay here in the Sphinx pose. Send your breath to any areas of tightness. And of course, if you feel any pain, please do back out. This can be intense for the low back, so that's why we are continuously engaging our feet and our thighs to make sure we are protecting that. And then if you haven't already, go ahead and stack one hand on top of the other. Relax the forehead down. Bend at the knees and slowly windshield wiper the legs from side to side. We'll inhale, return back to tabletop. Send the hips back to the heels for a child's pose. Take a moment to reconnect to your breath. Notice how you're doing. Notice how the breath flows through your body. Option to always maybe take the hands down by your side here. And slowly rock the forehead side to side to give your forehead a little massage. And when you feel ready, go ahead and slowly make your way back into tabletop position. Inhale to find length, and then exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, toes point down. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands. This time the knee stays lifted. Inhale, we rise up for a high lunge. Heels and the back stays lifted. Knee is stacked over the ankle. Shoulders are relaxed down and away from the ears. We'll take our hands down to our heart space. Inhale, the hands back behind us. And exhale, draw the knuckles down. Excellent. Option to stay here or leave the hands separated, whichever feels better for your shoulders and what you're working with today. So we'll inhale for length and then exhale slowly, hinge forward and melt the belly towards the thigh, keeping lifted, engaging the core, engaging the glutes, the legs. Inhale back up. And exhale, hands come back behind you. If you have the bind, option to continue to stay here. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale up. Release the hands. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back. Lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale either to tabletop to downward facing dog, or meet us in downward dog. Whatever feels right for you. Step the feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Right hand reaches for the left wrist. Press into the left foot and the right foot equally. And slowly start to hinge over to the right side. You don't need to go very far here. To notice the sensations. Inhale back up. Switch the grip. Left hand reaches for the right wrist. Inhale for length. And then exhale, bend over to the left. Press into the right foot and the left foot evenly. Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine is long. And exhale, fold over. Step the feet back to plank position. Lower down to the knees, or feel free to move to downward dog or do this vinyasa. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, tabletop to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands. Option to always make space again in the hips. Left knee stacks over the ankle. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Back heel is lifted. You're pressing into the back leg. Hands come clasped behind the back. Inhale, And then exhale, pull the knuckles down towards the ground, or if the hands are just back behind you. Either one works. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, hinge forward at the hips, or keep the bind, whichever one works for you. Inhale up, and then exhale, bow forward. Inhale up, and then exhale, bow forward. Press into the legs, engage the core, the glutes. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Option 2, skip the vinyasa flow, and stay in downward dog, or go ahead and flow out to plank. Maybe you go to high-low push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog. So the backs of the feet are pressing into the ground. The thighs are lifted off the ground. And then you exhale into downward facing dog. Excellent job. Inhale, walk the feet to the hands. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a breath in. Reconnect to our breath. Is there something that you're holding on to? Is there something that you can be kind to yourself about today? Show kindness to yourself in this moment. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back into tabletop position. And we're slowly start to walk our hands back and tuck our toes. So we're doing a little toe squat here. Option to always have a blanket under the knees if you have any sensitivity on the knees. And we'll just take a moment to roll out the wrists here. We've been doing a lot of work with our hands. Noticing what this toe stretch feels like. It can be intense, so always option to back out of it by placing the hands on the ground and just using the pressure by pressing into the hands, the intensity of the toe stretch. And again, for camel pose or for any other poses where we're on our knees, option to always take a blanket under the knees to add some extra support. All right, so you can leave the toes tucked or release them flat to the ground, but we're really pressing into our legs. You also will probably want to imagine there is a block in between your legs here, so we're really engaging the inner legs in this camel pose. And camel pose is a back bend, but I like to think of it as a heart opener more than in the back bend, because it's not really into the low back, but in more of the upper back and the chest area. So if you don't have a block, you can just imagine, for example, squeezing something in between the legs. The legs are about hip width distance apart. And so we're inhaling our hands up, and then exhale, hands to the low back, kind of to the back of the hips. And our hips are gonna stay over our knees as we slowly start to inhale for length. And then exhale, slowly start to round through the chest, opening up the heart. Option to keep the chin tucked here to protect the neck. And if it's in your practice, you're welcome to relax the head back, but that can be pretty strenuous. So please proceed with love and kindness to yourself, not over pushing. So inhale, return back to center, and we'll try this one more time. Exhale, we slowly start to open the heart, keep the hips over the knees, engage the legs, open through the heart. Is there something you can let go of? Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, walk the hands back down. We'll take it into a child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Relax the forehead towards the ground. Child's pose. If you have any props that you'd like not to use, you're welcome to always move them over to the side. Take a moment to notice what feelings or sensations show up. Reconnect to the breath. Breathe into the back body. Option to wiggle the legs further out apart to give the belly some more room to melt towards the ground. Take slow and relaxed breaths. Inhale, walk your way back into tabletop position. Wrists under shoulder, knees under hips. Inhale, draw the belly down for a gentle cow pose. Shine the heart forward. Exhale, push into the floor, cat pose, round through the back. Return back to your neutral tabletop. Take the right hand and place it just a little bit further ahead. And let's inhale our left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through between the arm and the leg. Let it hover. Then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it through, let it hover off the ground. Inhale, thread it up, and exhale, thread it all the way through. Relax the shoulder towards the ground. The hand can stay in front of the face, or maybe you extend it out long, whichever feels most comfortable to you. Breathe into this twist. And on your next inhale, we lift back up. Exhale, lower that hand back down to the mat. And we'll take our left hand one palm print or two, just a small couple inches ahead of where it was before. And we'll inhale that right hand up to the sky. And exhale, right hand down, melts through, but hovers off the ground. Inhale up. And then exhale, thread it through, let it hover. Excellent. Inhale, up to the sky, and exhale, thread it through. Melt the shoulder down to the ground, relax the face. Use that left hand to press into the ground, feeling this nice shoulder and upper back stretch here. Option to always extend the left arm out long, wherever it is. On your next inhale, return it back in front of the face. We'll inhale the right hand back up to the sky, and exhale, lower it down. And we'll slowly make our way onto our belly. Take our hands to our forehead, stack one hand on top of each other, and relax the forehead down, crocodile pose. Taking a moment to reconnect to our breath. And when you're ready, slowly start to roll over onto your back. Soles of the feet plant on the ground. And let's inhale our right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, we'll take that right leg, flex the foot, and cross the ankle over the left thigh. Option to stay here. Or inhale, the left leg straightens up to the sky, and the hands either reach for the thigh or around the shin, whichever feels most comfortable for you here for this reclined figure 4 position. Go ahead and lower the foot back down to the ground, extend the hands out to a nice long T. And we'll take the right foot, to the left side for a nice little supine twist. Option to stay in this position or use any other supine twist. So maybe the knees just come together, whichever feels better for you and for your back today, or from your hips. And if it calls to you, you can turn the gaze over to the opposite shoulder. Inhale, bring the legs back up. Release the right foot back down to the ground. Maybe windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left ankle bends, or left ankle places onto the right thigh, foot is flexed. Option to stay here, or inhale, right leg straightens and the left hand goes in between the legs and either reaches for the pant legs or wraps all the way around the right thigh for a supine figure 4 here. And you can play with the straightening and pointing the toes of the right leg here. On your next exhale, release the hands, release the feet down to the ground. Maybe windshield wipe the knees. And sorry, we'll inhale that left leg back up to the sky. Exhale, lower it onto the right thigh, and then extend the hands out to a T for a supine twist on the right side. So the left foot comes towards the ground and the gaze goes over the left shoulder for a little gentle supine twist. Breathe into the back body. Breathe into any areas of tension or tightness. Inhale, return the foot back to the ground. Return both feet to the ground now. And let's windshield wiper the knees from side to side. I just love windshield wipering the knees. All right, friends, let's inhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little gentle squeeze, rock side to side. Lower the hands down by the side. And if you like, option 2, extend the feet up. If you're also near a wall, you could also practice legs up the wall, or you could just stay here with waterfall pose. You can point and flex the feet, maybe widen or move the legs in any way that feels good for you. Maybe play with the pelvis and seeing if you can lengthen the low back towards the ground. And when you feel ready, go ahead and lower the feet towards the ground. Extend the legs out nice and long. I'll take a nice big full body stretch. Hands reach forward, toes point. And exhale, draw the hands toward the back of the head. And inhale, we'll lift up the legs and walk them over to the right side. Lift up the head, shoulders, and arms, and lift that over to the right side for a nice little banana pose. Breathe into the left side body. Can you soften and relax? Maybe you show yourself some kindness by backing out of anything that feels uncomfortable. Let your mat support you here today. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders, return back to center. Inhale and lift the legs, and exhale, return them back to center as well. Inhale, lift the legs over to the left side now. And exhale, let them settle. Inhale, the head, shoulders, and arms over to the left side for a banana pose. See if you can breathe into the right side body. Can you create space in the rib cage? And inhale, return back to center. Exhale, allow yourself to settle into your mat. Relax the arms down by your sides, palm facing up. Toes relax down toward the mat. Or just relax down out to the sides. Feel free to make any other minor adjustments that might feel good for you. If your low back isn't happy with this posture, you're also welcome to bend the knees and allow the knees to collapse in for this more restorative rest pose here. And just take a moment to relax in the Shavasana, letting our practice be fully absorbed. Seeing if we can show ourselves kindness by Releasing anything that's not serving us. Allowing ourselves to be fully supported here. And really surrender into this posture. Surrender into being present. Relax the face, the eyebrows, the jaw, the shoulders, all the way down to the fingers. Invite in a deep relaxation. Each breath out allows you to fall heavier and heavier into the ground, feeling really supported. Relax the hips, the legs, the feet, the toes. And if there's any other thoughts that might be showing up for you, see if you can gently and kindly allow them to pass by, as if you are watching a cloud float by. Stay here for a few breaths. Gently start to bring your awareness back into your physical space. Start to deepen the breath. Invite in a little movement with the fingers, the toes. Keep the eyes closed, or softly gaze down the tip of the nose, and slowly rock the head side to side. Option to stay here for a short little meditation practice, or slowly extend the arms up above your head. And exhale, roll over to your favorite side. And take a moment and cradle the head. Take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work that you put in today. The kindness and love that you showed yourself, not only your body, but your mind and your heart as well. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale and slowly start to push yourself back up into a seated position for a short little meditation to offer kindness to ourselves. We'll take a nice full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. 2 more times just like this. Nice big breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Last one, making it the best one yet. Nice full breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Allow the eyes to remain closed or softly gaze down at the tip of the nose. And we'll start to practice this what you like about yourself meditation. Often we think about that negative self-talk that we spoke about earlier, saying that when we give something up or we let people go, we might be being disloyal. But what if instead that was self-love? We have been conditioned to always think we need to do more, be more. But what if we embrace the idea that we are doing enough exactly as we are? Using mindfulness, we can start to bring intentional awareness and acknowledge these thoughts. We can notice what's true about our thoughts, what's not true, and then we can respond with compassion and kindness and remind ourselves that we are doing the best that we can with what we've been given. Let us intentionally start to shift the self-talk to more kindness and more self-love. Start to tune into the things you like about yourself. This helps us restore balance to counter our negative self-talk that we might have, and helps to remind you that we are dynamic and always learning and always changing human beings. Shift the awareness to the body breathing. Allow the breath to be gentle and relaxed. Start to bring to mind one thing that you love about yourself. Maybe you start with your body. This can be difficult. But ask yourself, what do you like about your body? Maybe it's physical, such as your hair or your smile. Or maybe it's a quality like strength or flexibility. We just did a full 60-minute practice and your body supported you through all of it. There's one thing to be grateful for, to appreciate about your body. Start to shift your attention now to the mind. What are the qualities of your brain or your emotional experience that you like about yourself? Perhaps it's your brain, your intuition, maybe your personality. Sit with this appreciation of your mind. Maybe it's your sensitivity. It allows you to see things from different perspectives. Pick one thing and notice it about yourself and appreciate it. Be kind and gentle. And finally, now we'll shift our attention to our 5 senses. Sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch. Go through each of these 5 senses and identify one thing that you like about it. One thing that you appreciate about it. For example, maybe it's through your senses that you are able to see the beauty and joy in life. In sight, maybe it's seeing nature or seeing the smile of a loved one or a happy baby giggling. Maybe hearing is being able to hear your loved one speak to you, or maybe it's hearing nature calm and settle you. If it's touch, maybe it's being able to feel the sensations of a hug by a loved one. Or maybe it's simply the texture of your clothing, the comfort of your bed. Go through these 5 senses and identify one thing that you appreciate that they offer you. Allow yourself to be with this feeling of love, kindness, and gratitude. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. And just say, I love you. I love me. I love where I am right now. I love you. I love me. And I love where I am right now. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice not only the physical asana, but taking time to tune into the breath, tune into this feeling of self-love, into open curiosity, and allow this practice to carry with you and throughout the rest of your day or night or week or wherever you are. And remember, you can always tap into this feeling of self-love and kindness at any moment. It's just a willingness to start to tune in, to turn down the volume of the external world and turn up the volume of what's going on inside of you. Bow the chin to the chest, or take the thumb knuckles to the third eye, your seat of intuition and knowledge. The light, love in me honors the love, light in each of you today. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Release the hands down, blink the eyes open, welcome yourself back into your physical space. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night wherever you are. If you enjoyed this practice, make sure to leave a comment down below, or if you have any questions or comments or feedback, leave a comment down below. I'd love to read that and get to know you more. Maybe share where you are tuning in from, and I will be here sometime next week with another maybe a shorter live yoga meditation class. And if you don't know, I also do live meditations here on this platform every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're into the meditation and you need like a midday break, come check that out on Wednesday this week. And I will see you again for another yoga practice sometime this week. Bye everyone. Thanks so much for practicing. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, or share it with a friend, or make sure to subscribe so you can stay notified. Cloud and I would both really love that. And I think we are off to have a restful rest of our night. And see you later, everyone.